In the morning, one and all. Welcome back to Red's Homestead. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. If it's your first time coming, well, thanks for stopping by. Just a little bit about us. We moved from the suburban life about 6 months ago, and we are starting our first year trying to homestead. No experience whatsoever, first time for just about everything. If you remember a few videos back, I had mentioned we had gotten an email reminding us that our chicks were going to be delivered in about 2 weeks. Well, that was a little while ago. So now the chicks are 8 days away, and I don't have a brooder big enough for them. So today's project is building a brooder big enough. Essentially, I want the brooder to be big enough to hold 30 birds up to 5 weeks, maybe even pushing 6 if need be, if it's a freezing cold snap for some reason and they can't be outside. So it's got to be fairly large. Hold on, let's pause for a second. There's a couple people that I need to thank, especially for this video that you're watching right now. So I love every single comment that I see, and not just because it boosts the video. I mean, great, yeah, it does, but I am learning quite a bit from y'all that know more than I do. And if you're watching any of the videos and you see something different that I could be doing, or a way that it could, just a different way that could improve what I'm doing. I like to do things myself for the first time, but I'm not against taking somebody's advice. So please comment and let me know, so we can talk. You know, I love learning new things. But the two people that I definitely want to thank are two subscribers. First off, Plentiful Harvest Homestead. I know you wanted the rabbit run, so did I. But the chicken coop has to come first. The brooder, I mean. What you might see, though, when I'm done, is that I might be able to use it as a rabbit tractor as well. So stay tuned till the end to watch and see how it looks. It might work. The other one I want to thank is Silver Moon Homestead. Lots of great advice about rabbits and chickens, just all around. You know, when I was thinking about this chicken coop and how big it had to be, one of the kind of obvious ones is, yeah, you could use multiple brooders. Well, I didn't know whether or not chickens from multiple brooders would do well moving into like a bigger, like the chickshaw, all living all together if they grew up, 4 weeks by themselves. And I learned, yeah, it would probably be okay. So maybe I didn't have to build one this big, even though I had all the materials I needed for it. But you could have just used multiple plastic storage totes and had multiple brooders, and it would have been just fine too. But hey, cost-wise, it would have been probably about the same if I went a bunch of small ones, having to get more lamps, more waterers, feeders, things like that, and I already had a whole bunch of scrap wood. So without further ado, thank you guys, and here we go. Well, there you have it. Almost done. I ran out of hardware cloth. I was originally thinking I was gonna do 10 on the other one, but then I decided it didn't really make sense to have 10, especially when it's gonna be an indoors brooder, or at least a under shelter brooder. So I'm just gonna do hardware cloth all the way around, but I have to pick up some more hardware cloth. I ran out. I'm thinking down here, this is where I just saw the bedding will be. This is gonna stay open, and I'm gonna connect these with probably 2 little locks on both sides, so 4 locks in total. And then I have some handles that I'll put on these sides just to make it easier to carry around. So this is pretty big. It looks bigger than I thought, but I mean, that's 30 chickens chicks will easily grow out 4 or 5 weeks in it, in case we had bad weather and couldn't get them out early. I'm gonna get something to eat now. Hungry. So something cool we did is I wanted to try out the new Premier One netting that I got, just to make sure everything's up and running. So we made a massive chicken run, I guess you would call it, just went around the greenhouse there. And I'm glad that we expanded it, because now, I mean, you can see where they were, and then where they haven't, just got out yesterday, and now they're over there. And that is exactly where I'm gonna be doing my garden. So they're prepping the area for me so that when I get my soil, I can get the garden ready. Good chickens. Keep working.